and welcome back to the Irish Hunting Podcast, the number one place for your hunting, fishing and country sports stories from around the world. Stick on the kettle, crack open a beer, pull up the feet, relax and enjoy. Hello and welcome back to episode 131 of the Irish Hunting Podcast. This week we discuss how our puppy choosing event went. We call into Lakelands to pick up Rob's new night fishing scope, and he talks us through the process, the ups and the downs. And we also talk in depth about our upcoming Founders Memorial shoot in Lakelands on a Saturday. Enjoy this one, folks.
Go. We have a man here going through withdrawals from nicotine. I'm proud of you, buddy.
I'm not messing. It's tough going. So I gave up smokes years ago. Then I went on to them vapes. And then sure, the vapes aren't great for you.
I know.
Do you know what I mean? You can really feel on the old lungs. And you are somewhere staying with me going up hills there stalking. So I didn't like that, Anthony.
Yeah.
So I changed onto the nicotine spray.
And you were using it like, I don't know.
Like 3 sprays. You're only supposed to do 1 spray.
I know.
I'm doing 3 every 10 minutes.
And for people who don't know this, well, Robert didn't know till today, but I was robbing him on him and hiding him and throwing him out windows and everything when he wasn't looking. The vapes and the nicotine sprays. Because he'd be there like patting his, where's my nicotine spray? Oh, where am I after leaving it? Be going through withdrawals as we're going out hunting. Yeah, I'd be throwing them out.
Cost me a small fortune. Thinking you're doing me a favour. Well, look. Oh, no, you gave out to me about having my phone.
Sorry. When Dylan was vaping, I used to take his little cartridges, I used to empty them out, fill them with water, and fill them back up. So I told him, after he gave them up, you used to be smoking water.
It's not good for you. Now,
It's not good.
I thought the nicotine sprays was the best out of all of them, and I could just stop and there'd be no withdrawal type of jazz. That was wrong. Because I'm all sorts of angsty. But I was telling you, the only thing that could calm me the first 2 days was really hot tea. I drink it and let it scald the gums of me. And that was the only thing that was sort of settling me. Isn't that weird?
Well, we'd be chatting probably most days, twice a day or 3 times a day at some stage. Normally in the morning, on the way to work or whatever.
Just before bed.
And yeah, and then I'd be ringing him and I knew there'd be something up because he'd be like, well, sometimes I wasn't even getting the alcohol. And then the other times, yeah, you all right? So you were. Anyway, you're almost back to normal now, apart from the little episode you had before we come online where I was going to remind you who's the top dog here, right?
Lads, this is where he's filming himself. Because I am fucking 13 stone of speed and aggression.
Yeah.
All right?
And I'm 19 stone of 4-wheel drive. That's what it.
Right, anyway, let's
Go
not
on,
start
let's
the
stop
fight.
that.
Right. We're only out Lakelands.
Yes, and we have your new night vision.
Have the night vision. After getting the mounts, so the saddle mount, so I can fucking switch it on and off real handy likes. And I'm going to spend a good week now setting that up and making sure everything's working right. And then there won't be a fox safe in County Kildare.
Yeah, I really like your night vision. I do. I really like, and I have night vision envy now because I've seen yours and I've seen the new knock picks that Niall's after taking in. So that's giving me all kinds of thoughts now on what I need to do. But
Well,
anyway.
We can fool ourselves by looking one at a time. We need to do side-by-sides.
Yeah, that's
So I'd like to do a side-by-side with your one and my one to start and see where the benefit. And here, we might do a little video on where one
excels, what's where one
Yeah.
pulls back, all that
Yeah.
kind of stuff.
and even just maybe the setting up of it. The 1-shot zero, the ballistic haggler, all that type of jazz.
Yeah.
We might do. See, we say this and then we don't
No,
do half it. We have great ideas.
We do it, but we just don't video it half the time because we're too
Yeah.
busy enjoying what we're doing. But yeah, great old chat with Niall. We've set up the clay shoot. We got your knot picks. As I say, you set up, you have the rings on that and all, don't you now?
Have the rings, have it on the saddle mount. I'm just not going to set it down until I put on my Picatinny ring for my IR torch that's on the way.
Yes.
It's an expensive little game, this game.
It sure is, my man. Because that's, you got a fantastic deal
On the scope
on
itself.
the scope itself.
Yeah, I did, yeah.
What you pay for that? You know, six.
6 or 650. I
Yeah.
can't. I know it's 6 something. Where they're
And
not
it is
all-
like new, that scope. There's not
Yeah.
a mark on it.
Yeah.
So you've that, then you've, what is it, 350 for the mounts, or 400?
Nearly 400 for the mounts, and then the IR torch was 150 sterling.
Yeah. Yep.
And then there's the mount. Well, I already have the mount for the torch, but you know what I mean. You're dropping hundreds there all over the place.
Oh, look at. Yeah, that's like straight away you're over $1,000 there again.
Yeah. You got a great deal.
Great deal.
Yeah.
So it was cheap as chips. But yeah, look, you're set up now, and that's the main thing.
Yeah. Now you
least.
can go fox shooting. And
Yeah.
not be the spa fucking shining torches everywhere.
No, it'll be good. It'll be good because we need to do a little bit of a clean-up day, or a couple of clean-up days or nights on the foxes
Before the season kicks
before
off.
the season
Yeah.
kicks off.
So that's Lakelands. But
Yeah.
the more important thing, we went down and had a look at your puppies.
We did. We went down to. I'm going to get this name up here because I keep calling it. It's in my head. You know when you call something wrong once?
Yeah, now you're still calling it wrong.
Yeah.
It's in Galway. Martin is the
Owl
man's name.
Tort Gun Dogs.
Okay.
Owl Tort Gun Dogs. That's OULTORT Gun Dogs. Martin Gilson.
He's a gentleman. You know,
An
you haven't
absolute-
met someone before, you're going down a gent, and you know what struck me straight away?
That's Gilson. Martin Gillan. I'm about to get the name of the
And you slag me about being dyslexic.
the kennel's wrong. And
I think this stuff is contagious.
Anyway, Martin Gillan. Martin Gillan. No, he's a jet.
One thing I did notice is the state the dogs were in. And what I mean by the state, I mean the quality. How the condition, that's the word
Yes.
I'm looking for. The condition those pups were in, and well socialised, because they hadn't got a bother with 2 strangers coming
No.
in. So you could tell that they were well handled and clean as a whistle.
Clean as his stables are just immaculate.
Yeah. So we went in then, had a look around, because I was wanted to be a bit nosy, but I didn't want to say it.
Yeah.
Can have a look around the
That's
stables.
why I just started walking in.
Yeah. So we went in, had a look, spotless. And so he's cleaning out the stables, and that bitch is cleaning out the pups like once or twice a day, because they are clean as a whistle.
Yeah. And like he's set up there he has labs and he has spaniels,
Yeah.
and it's really cool. So you walk into one stable, he's a run outside, and he can let labs out while keeping the springers separate. It's just a fantastic setup.
He had what I liked was he had a whelping box built into one of the stables. No, not a whelping box, like you know the bars around the whelping box.
Yeah.
He had the steel bars. Remember he showed us?
Yes. Yeah.
Actually in the concrete thing. So I think that's a super idea.
it is a super idea.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because like she's a big bitch. She has 11 pups, so you can see why you probably need something like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah. If the mother is a big spaniel.
Well, I've seen Oni Pollard's dog, I think is the sire, and I've seen only pictures of him, and he calls him a brute, and he said the pictures don't do him justice. So, yeah, she gonna be big?
Yeah. She had a lovely tail. I'm going to be honest. So you were looking for a bitch. So Martin brought out the 3 bitches. And as soon as he put them on the ground, I was looking at that one. I was like, oh, that's the one for me. But you can't say it.
I
Because
know.
you don't want to sway someone on their decision.
So there was first of all he let them all out, and there was one literally going around my feet. There was one going around yours, and I was there like looking down this. Oh, please be a bitch, you know what I mean? Because see the little tail was wagging, you know, very, what would you say, outgoing. Do you know what I mean? And same with your one. My one, the one that my feet turned out to be a dog. The one on your feet was the bitch. Then he brought them back in, left the 3 bitches out. And like that, you had brought a partridge,
Partridge, yeah.
just rubbed a bit of scent on the ground. Again, we looked at those, and then she was one of two that kind of picked up on the scent, the liver and white one and the black and white. And obviously then she was very social. The tail was flicking, you know what I mean?
She had nice movement.
Yeah.
In her rear end. Her tail was down nice and low, moving fast, and she had, you wouldn't say you'd see it all the time with her, but you could see flashes of nice movement out of her rear end. That probably doesn't make sense for a lot of people, but I know what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, well, if you had said to me before I went down, but I kind of, you were talking about what we'd be looking for on the way down. So I was kind of looking for small little things like that. So now I kind of recognize that. So that was probably drawing me towards. Now again, I would have been, before I went down, kind of sure of liver and white. I actually chose the black and white, which we'll put up on a post here now in a while.
Because I was looking at her eyes, they're the right colour, shape, all that. Her ears, her tail, the way it was set, she's not, at one stage I actually thought for some reason that she was limping on her front right paw, but it wasn't. It was just, I'm not sure if she liked the long grass that she was in.
Yeah.
So I was keeping an eye on that, and she's not bow-legged. She's nice and straight.
Yeah.
So no, I think you chose really well.
Oh, look, hopefully.
You have to put the gear. It's like when you, I want one now.
I know, so that's what happened. I want night vision and new stables.
Yeah.
Just build some proper kennels, and you want a new puppy.
Martin, if you're listening, sorry, are all them pups gone?
Well, I was actually thinking, do you know, it was one of the things where you obviously have a lovely lab. He is a lovely lab. So that could be potential down the road for
see, he'd want to see the dog, and dog men are funny. And we asked them questions when we were there. I don't mean funny in a bad way. And I don't mean funny, haha. But what I mean is, like, they're very picky and choosy. They'll breed with a dog that they think, my dog's missing that, and I really like it. And that.
Yeah.
So he'd want to get to know my dog and all. And then he might look at my dog and go, no, that's not my cup of tea at all.
Yeah.
So
I just think you probably have similar, judging by the conversations you're having and stuff, probably similar thoughts and stuff, you know what I mean? So I'd be, not to be confident about them, but you'd probably confident that if those are the type of things you're agreeing on, that possibly your dogs would have those traits as well. So look, it'd be just no harm anyway to know each other.
So we brought a partridge and put it on the ground. And some of them were a little bit more iffy than others. But I took the wing off it. Because, like, obviously the partridge is big for a pup. But I just left the wing on the ground. And the only one that picked it up was the one that you picked. So, now, that means nothing really.
Yeah, I know.
But it gives us confidence.
A couple of, what would you say, markers.
Yeah.
Martin actually said, I have a picture on the phone here of the one I think you will pick out. And I said, right, that'll be interesting. So, and then literally, just as I said it, he had the phone out and just put up the picture. And I said, that's exactly, because she has a distinctive marking on her back.
Back right?
Right leg as we're looking for our sixth.
Yes. Yeah. Her back hock is near full black.
Yeah. So she's distinctive marking, and got to get a few snaps of her and send home to the group chats. They'll be all delighted.
So when can you pick her up?
Not this Saturday coming, but next Saturday.
So we're back down here next Saturday.
I'm sorry, pal.
Thanks a minute, buddy.
I'm sorry.
I'd actually go back down for a chat with Martin, because I know we say it about most people that we meet, but I'm meeting very few bad people in this game. I could go for a point with him.
But without it, and that's why you haven't met Owen Pollard yet.
No.
And Owen is
he's one of them as well.
One of the gentlemen in this fucking game, man, because I've never had, if I've been stuck for something or looking for something or asking for advice, or he's always one of those people who will put you in touch with the right person, or you know what I mean, and nothing's an issue. He's just one of the game's gentlemen, and you would absolutely get on with him. And that's, look at what we find is, I think sometimes when you're starting out, you're meeting all sorts of people, but then when you hone in, it's like anything in life, you hone in the people that you like, and then they're introducing you to, there's a good chance that those people are probably similar to them, because I know for a fact that Owen wouldn't have too many gobshites hanging around with him. Do you know what I mean? So
Yeah, he wouldn't suffer Phil.
that's what I'm trying to say. So that's if you're in his company, there's a good chance you're a half decent skin. So
Well, the likes of Martin there, even in just we were there for a while, having a chat.
yeah,
But he has a huge amount of knowledge because he's talking about, well, that dog is still on milk, so I can't give her this and give that, and I use this for ticks. And like he had lost me.
yeah,
I was just nodding there at one stage because his wealth of knowledge is well beyond mine. Anyway.
But the good thing is, I know for a fact if you had a question or a query or you needed to know an answer to something, that these are the type of men that you want to be asking the questions of. You know, they don't do things half-arsed. You know, by talking to him, everything was like we're asking questions. Did he have the dog have shots? And everything's done like to the letter law. You can't pick that dog up until that date. It's the area, and there's no. Sure, I'll nip down and pick it up on the Thursday or the Friday. To be none of that. That's the day you want to pick it up. It's after that date. Do you know what I mean?
He has them chipped.
Yeah.
4 shots.
Thing for reading the chips. He's. Yep. Do you know what I mean? Everything is.
Yeah.
100%. So that's like 2 really big jobs done, buddy.
So yeah, I was very, very interested. After 8 years old, you can't have. Well, you can have a litter of pups with any dog, but register a litter of pups with the Kennel Club.
Yeah.
After 8 years old, unless you get pre-approval.
And it costs you £500
€500
to apply.
Yeah, and they can say
no,
nah.
And we're keeping it £500.
Yeah, which is a bit.
That's not right.
You would think. No, I knew that, but you would think that you would, with that €500, would be like a vet's recommendation or a look over. Why is there so much traffic here?
Don't know, buddy.
That a vet would have to give.
You see that tone there you just took? I'm just.
Oh yeah, now stop it now. See, you're picking up on everything.
But yeah, so that's fair enough. I can understand if there's a registration or something like say £50 for the administrative purpose, but to say no, give me your £500 and then no,
yeah,
we're not giving you that.
I don't like where if it was €500 and a vet's. Yeah, this bitch is of perfect health that we believe she could carry a litter through to full fucking term.
Yeah.
Well, it's not. It's just
yes,
boy and someone makes it.
Yeah. It's a bit strange. But anyway, look.
Yeah.
Then we were in the shop, actually, we met somebody who was walking by and said, "You're from Dundee?" And I said, "I am, surely." "Ah, sure." I said, "Who are you?" "Well, I'm not going to tell you yet." It's real old country style. But it turned out to be Vincent Maguire, so I'm going to go home and tell. He knows me out fella. He did a lot of hunting and he lived in Hodgestown for years and there's a lot of shooting. So a lot of deer shooting.
It's a small world, isn't it?
Isn't it? Yeah. So his grandson was in actually picking up his new rifle today in Lakelands. So we want to wish both of them the very best of luck. That's. I don't quite think the young fella picking up his rifle
grasps it just
the monumental, but getting to pick out his rifle with his grandfather still shooting and get to experience that. I think that's.
And the grandfather is probably the one teaching him and passing on the knowledge that he has.
And I don't mean any knock to the young lad, but because we would have been the same. We're just, where's me rifle? Do you know what I mean? But there's, from our perspective, when you're looking in, you're saying that is because he'll not appreciate that till he's going in there with his son or daughter or grandson and saying like, oh, this is where I came, my grandfather. Do you know? So it's a fantastic moment. And look, shout out to Niall as well. It's a great house spot to go into, isn't it?
It is. Sure, you were thrown up side by side, and I was telling you that fucking suits you well, buddy. Nearly convincing you to get it.
It was a purdy, wasn't it?
Yeah. And nice.
Yeah.
Think about it.
Yeah, and that one, that particular one, now it's lovely tight.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I am most definitely. So if anyone's selling a really nice one,
I'd say an AYA would suit you.
Yeah. Because what I'm looking for is my 1st November or tipping over, doing maybe a bit of.
You're never going to have that in time. Not for
No,
this
not
November.
this. No, but do you know what I mean? I don't have. No, I'm not this season anyway. I will be. Yeah, if anyone wants to buy a house in Enfield, let me know, because mine will be up for sale pretty soon if I keep buying rifles, shotguns.
I was talking to, we're organising a trip away. We've talked about that, the bar trip. So I was talking to Paul Whelan. He's coming. And in a fucking one conversation, he had me buying a Z8 scope and a 7 Red Mag barrel. He had convinced me of it. So we went down and had a look at a Z8 scope there today. You're touching on $4,000.
£4,000. It's a lot of bread, buddy.
It's a lot.
No, we'll settle down now. We have a nice bit of kit. We need to use the kit we have.
God, my wife doesn't ever listen to any of these things.
She's dead right.
Yeah.
If she ever does, you'll know. There'll be boots outside the door when you come home. But, we need to settle it because we've a lot. Like, I've barely got to shoot with my rifle, which I'm just mad to get going again. So we're out with trail camps. We never did that as well.
So we're back down Saturday. We're back down Saturday for the clay shoot. So we are planning to run another raffle for the Zeiss trail camps.
Trail camps, yeah.
And the reason we're looking at the Zeiss is we ran ones with the spy point.
Yep.
Yeah. I'm after having a couple of snags with the spy points.
Well, it's trying to pillage us a bit there, because what it does is every now and again it notifies you, you have 80% of your thing used for this month, and then it'll just say 2 seconds there. Now you have 0, because it'll just
take
25 million fucking photographs and.
I wonder if anyone else is experiencing that with them. Is it a little ploy? Because you can upgrade plans, obviously.
Yeah.
So if you want more pictures, you have to pay more. So not even that. Sometimes they go offline. The first one that we got, that's over closer, actually further away from you, that goes offline all the time.
Yeah.
So now it's just like I have to go in and check on it. Anyway.
Yeah. And we have a little Chinese one there at the minute.
From Temu. Lads, I swear to God.
And you go in beside it. Now, there is a bit of frustration. You have to go in within a few metres of it, right? Not exactly. You can go into, 20 metres of it and pick it up. And then it'll Bluetooth your phone. A couple of snags with that one is that obviously you have to go up to it. The second thing is, when it's taken out, you have to stream through all the pictures, download them onto your phone, and then because if you come out of it to look at a picture in full zoom and then go back into it, you've lost the picture. You know what I mean? So you end up just downloading everything and then going through them and discarding.
Yeah.
That's a little bit of a...
I actually don't mind that. I'll tell you why. I've often looked at a picture and went, there's no there in there. Or there's nothing there. And then you take your time and start zooming in.
No, there's 3 here in the background.
Yeah. Look at the speed of that. So yeah, that's the reason that we're thinking about switching over and giving Zeiss a try. I'm not sure if they're any better or not, but people I trust have told me.
Yeah, well, it was
all talent is one.
Yeah.
Change to the Zeiss. He won't be sorry. So we're going to run a raffle on
the Zeiss, yeah.
And then we might pick up 1 or 2 ourselves and just try them out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
On the way over, not as we speak, but nearly as we speak, is Tom and Beth. They're coming over from TJL Field Sports. They're actually coming over for the weekend.
Yeah.
To just do a small bit of shooting and a right pile of drinking. So it's actually their anniversary this week. So we're a better place to celebrate your anniversary than Derry Gun Club.
Yeah.
Poor old Bet. Bet actually texts me, right, and messaged me. Tom hasn't told me a thing about this. Where are we going? What are we doing? I have to pack clothes but I had already told Tom to send me Bet's number so I could give it to Av or Laura, so that at least the girls could say, here, this is what you're letting yourself in for. This is what we're doing, so don't be bringing this or bringing that. And in true male form, Tom never heated a bar of that, because it's probably what we do.
But I was going to say, this way I like Tom.
Yeah.
That is exactly what I would have done.
On his list of mission items to do, this was last.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
So you'd be grand. You know yourself.
Yeah, you know yourself. So, anyway, that is now sorted. So the girls have been in contact, and they'll know what the jazz is for the weekend, and we can sit back and relax and enjoy.
Yeah. Get the shoot out of the way, enjoy a couple of pints. Then Tom's heading back the next day.
Yeah.
He will be, Tom, if this hasn't come out in time, a Guinness hangover, buddy. It's a different hangover. So just pace yourself.
No, it is. And then I've actually christening on Sunday morning as well.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I think my mother, she should be listening.
Yeah.
I said this. Myself and my dad went for a few pints last Sunday. I said, Ma, you did this on purpose, and she was laughing. Obviously, it wasn't on purpose, but yeah. So I'll be the priest will be blessing the baby. I'm blessing me probably. That'll be the way it'll be. So
I'm going to take a handy.
yeah,
I'm just going to have one or two.
this won't be out in time, right? So because we'll only release probably episode 1 this week. So I'm just going to tell you just really quickly, right, about what we've done for Noli, and Noli's obviously one of the founding members of the
I didn't know where you were going with this. Go
Yeah.
on.
You've kindly organised a nice polo shirt with the gun club emblem with club president on it.
Yeah.
And we're going to gift that to him. Well, we're not going to gift it. His grandson is going to present it to him on the night, which will be a huge. Look, he is the honorary president. He's been in that position for the last number of years. So it'll be nice to kind of finally recognise that, you know. And it'd be really cool to have his grandson presenting that, because it'll be the change in the guard.
And it's his first time his grandson's going to be shooting. There's a lot of emotions there in that one.
There will be, and obviously there's old members of the club, previous members, and we have a couple of them coming down. And my darling wife has kindly helped put picture frames with a kind of like a crest around the outside with all the names in them. You've seen this one, haven't you?
Seen it, yeah.
So all the names are little shields. I'll put a picture of that up. And in the middle of it, we're going to take a photo on the morning of. Hence why we can't shoot as well. We need to get all this stuff done. Get that photo to Avril. She's going to get it developed, put in the frames, and ready for the presentation then at 3 or 4 o'clock.
Yeah.
So the previous members will each get one of them as a kind of memento, and we're going to put one up in Roaches for evermore.
Will they let you put it up?
Yes.
Yeah, not a bother.
Yeah.
So that is like the den. That's like the
It is. It's where it all began. And I just want to give Roaches a shout out as well. They're putting on a bit of grub for us, free grata, to help out with the raffle as well. So they're huge supporters of our club. So in fairness, our club is a huge supporter of Roaches. So
keep the lights on.
Yeah, keep the lights on. But so look, we're in for a good night. You are hanging around now this year, yeah?
I'm hanging around for a bit, yeah.
For a bit. So yeah, no, it'll be a bit of crack.
Yeah. It should be a bit of crack. Now, because you're giving shout outs, I'm going to give a shout out, but it's not a shout out. I'm going to give out about someone.
Go on.
See Shawnee Tyrrell. On the last podcast we did, we were talking all nice about Shawnee Tyrrell. And then 2 minutes later, we had finished and a message came in. We do a little bit of a wager on this play shoot. I think I'll have you this year. Huh?
Yeah. Now, Terrell,
Yeah.
leave
Flat
it for
out
the last.
practicing.
Yeah. You didn't do that 3 months ago, right? And say we put a wager on it. You wait till all the practicing is done. You probably know we haven't been practicing at all. And then you've been flat out down there. Now, we were very nice to you.
Yeah. So I take all that nice stuff back, Sean.
So we'll absolutely do that wager, but you need to give me a year
Yeah.
to get catch up.
I know, we said
No, we will.
we do a little private shoot and put a little wager down with a couple of lads just for the crack after this. This isn't about that. This is more like team spirit and club spirit.
Promotion.
Yeah. Just getting people out, to be honest.
But what we will do is we probably create a little bit of a friendly competition between McQuaid and Tyrrell there.
That'd be a good
Two
one.
boys, because the two boys are neck and neck there. So it'll be a bit of crack. So we will do that maybe.
Yeah, because lads, you aren't up at our tier yet. Look, a couple of years, keep your head down.
I'm not including myself in that conversation. Because
I
the blind man should better than I would.
I just wanted to give him a shout out. I thought it was very funny.
So come here. I want to talk briefly, right, about one of the other things we're involved in that we've been trying to assist and promote, right, before we talk about. And this is Swift Conservation Ireland, right? And I want to shine a quick light. Swifts are in huge decline in Ireland, right? Fergal O'Quinnigan, I hope I pronounced his name right. If it's not, I've pronounced it wrong 50 million times, has educated me. Fair play to him. He's done better than a lot of teachers try to do anyway, in terms of Swifts. So they're in trouble. They need You need Swift boxes put up, and especially in public buildings and government-owned buildings, because they'll be there forevermore. We've assisted in terms of we're in a few of the schools, and we've asked some of the schools to help. We've put some up in Termon and Newtown. So that's 2 colonies that will hopefully be established. And I was speaking to them during the week. I had a brain fart because I'm refurbing an old building in Longwood. And I was talking to one of the lads, Tommy Fennell, and Tommy was saying, there's a colony of Swifts in Longwood. So then I got on to Fergal and said, here, would this building be suitable? What are the proper boxes? In double quick time, he got onto his contacts and they shipped me down Swift boxes. So I bought 4 Swift boxes for the project, and then Fergal was going to hook me up with a little caller or sounder. And I did a little video on it yesterday. So I'm going to be doing a little bit of promotion of that work to try and aid those guys who are doing the real work, or are doing the kind of shout out stuff in that area, in the hope that maybe a couple of other gun clubs around the country will get involved, get in contact with their local Swift conservation group. And you know what I mean? We're involved with town hall, community halls, we're in schools. Can we get a little bit more traction on that? Because it goes hand in hand. You know what I'm saying? It's only a little project, but I can absolutely, and what I want to try and emphasize is, right, myself and Fergal, ourselves and Fergal, come from different worlds, right? He's from hugely conservation background, and he's a fantastic, what would you say, advocate for that space. And we would have had our differences in opinions, and we would have went on at loggerheads at times and so on and so forth. And that's fine. It's absolutely fine. I have no issue with that, because we can't agree on everything. But what I want to try and emphasize is never ever do I concentrate too much on negative stuff. The positive stuff is that we're from 2 different worlds. We've come together and we can achieve stuff. You know what I'm saying? Together. I'm learning stuff from him. I'm taking stuff like what type of crop is good for pheasants and ground nesters, and do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So he can teach us this. So what I'm saying is, from gun club side, here's the opportunity. Here's the bridge we can build among communities. And I had a few pints with me the other night, and I texted him and said, I think
I love you, man.
Yeah. we could do this, and we could, you know what I mean? There's loads of things collaboratively that, and I mean we as the 2 different communities, you know what I'm saying? I think if we can embrace that side and they can embrace us, I think there's beautiful work that can be done.
Yeah. By collaborating, you can learn. You'll have a growth mindset. You will pick up new things that you could transfer into your sport, and vice versa. He'll be able to do the same.
Yeah. And here's the thing. And I mean there as in the purely conservation side and the hunting side, if one is doing well, the other will do well. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
because it means, like, if we can get some more game crop and some wildflower and some feeders and owl boxes and all this, if this is all kind of going on, then it means both worlds are doing well. Do you know what I mean? Or doing better.
Both worlds need each other.
Yeah,
I
I think so. I think so. So I'm hoping through this bit of a shout out that there's a couple of olive branches that can be extended to different conservation groups, and recognize maybe on both sides that we're a huge group. You know, there's 125,000 firearms holders. I presume of them, over half of them would be, you know, into some kind of rough shooting or stalking, or, you know what I mean? So here's the opportunity. Can we bring the 2 worlds together?
If I was to ask you, magic wand, wave it, what would you like to get involved in conservation?
I'd love to see, well, just 2 or 3. I reamed off those projects to him, right? And one of the ones is I've been trying to promote this year in Kildare is the sowing of game crop and cover crop. And so if farmers in Kildare, we've a pretty piss poor record in getting this. So the NARC subsidise game crop and cover crop. Now, we got a little bit of traction this year. I think we've 4 or 5 acres going to be planted this year, which is a big, from 0 to 5 acres. I'm taking that as a huge win. But I think we could get that onto treble figures. You know what I'm saying?
Do we have a county pride involved in this, parish pride? Like, which county is doing the best for this? Which county is doing the worst?
Yeah, well, that's why I'd love a little bit of competition.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
There's nothing like a bit of competition to spark on a bit of growth.
Exactly. So that's probably one of my things on the agenda on the next meeting in Kildare is try and get that type of stuff.
Would they hold the figures of? Sure, it's been subsidised. You follow the money, you'll get figures of what county is doing the best.
Well, I know unless somebody else was going directly.
Is Kildare doing the best? Is that what you're saying?
No, it's absolutely not. But I want to see it doing better,
Yeah.
So just by that alone, and I'm hoping I'm going to put together a little brochure for farmers, like if they wanted to put their land in the gun club, for argument's sake, what's the benefit they get? That'll be one of them, a biodiversity positive impact. And then if we could bring in people like the likes of Fergal, the likes of as kind of good, information, advice, backup, if they're going to do something like L boxes or Swift, all those type of things, we can, because farmers are, by nature involved with the land and all that kind of stuff. But obviously there's a financial impact if they do these stuff. So that's one of the things.
Is there any wildlife you'd like to see to be reintroduced?
Reintroduced?
Like native birds that are no longer here.
I don't know.
Either for our sport or outside of our sport.
Well, look, I think at one point there was a lot more game species that were obviously partridge being one of them.
Grouse native.
Grouse, yeah, we have a grouse season here, but like that again.
Not huge numbers.
Not huge numbers. No. So like there's things that like I think Fergal's involved in the corncrake project. You know what I mean? When we don't have any corncrakes now or breeding pairs down here, as far as I know. So I know curlews as well as another thing. So I think the way it's kind of like a step by step. If we put in the right habitat, then the right species will eventually start to replenish. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Obviously, if species are extinct, we can't do anything about it. But if the habitat I think is the key one, and then another small, but I think could be massive. Imagine if every gun club member could plant one native tree. That would be like 25,000 trees planted a year. Native trees, you know what I mean?
Yeah, you have to have the land.
Yeah, but you don't have to have a huge amount of land to sow one native, like a holly bush, a wild rose bush on your piers. It doesn't have to be. I'm not talking about the countryside per se. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
White thorn or black thorn, one black thorn bush.
If there's a will, there's a way.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it doesn't have to be like a rowan tree. That's a beautiful tree to plant in anyone's front garden. That can go in a fucking housing estate. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, nowadays, some of these housing estates are not allowed to put fuck all up unless everyone agrees. It's gone bananas.
I know.
A friend of mine wanted to change his front door and he was told no.
Yeah, well, get out. Yeah, so look, that's the world we live in. But I'm just putting it out there as planting the seed and hopefully.
Yeah, I like it. I like the fun.
There you go. So that's it. So a big shout out to Fergal. I'm sure we'll be doing a little bit more together. And we've plans to do a few videos to show what we're doing. Our thing is to try and shine a little light on it and hopefully give people the drive to.
Could you not get him to make a little video when the cover crop is up and grown about the habitat that it provides, what stays in it, the benefits of?
Yeah.
All that type of
stuff. Like he brings down nettles. He plants nettles down in Mayo. He's devoted his own farm down there to corncrake, I think. So it is corncrake or curly. I'm all mixed up today in today's podcast.
Introduce the puppy dog. I'm madly in love. Your brain's not working.
But he's just lives, sleeps, drinks, breathes it. And I think he should be commended for that work.
Yeah.
So yeah. Now, going back to on the hunting side, we do have a trip now officially planned for February 27.
Yes.
Our first ever driven boar hunt.
Yep. I'm excited. And nervous.
I'm hugely nervous, man.
Yeah, because some of the boys were on to me about getting name points, and I've used aim points on pistols. I've never used them on rifles. And I don't want to change now and mess myself up. I'm familiar with my scope.
Yeah.
So I think I'm just going to stay with my scope.
Yeah. I'm the same, buddy. There's I'm the same.
Yeah. Now, obviously, I see the benefits in all in getting an aim
Yeah.
point, but we had a quick look at them there between 700 and 1,000.
Yeah.
I can't justify it right now, but the hunt itself should be very good. So what are we going for? 3 days?
We're going for 3 days. We're going over on the Wednesday and coming back. This is into
7th to the 10th, is it?
7th to the 10th.
February.
So we contacted the guys in St. Hubertus again, and it was pretty smooth. We wanted to originally go in January, but the flights from Ireland to Hungary are non-existent in January. So that kind of ruled that out. And then we were left in February, which is actually the tail end of the boar season over there. But they put on this is kind of like the last hunt of the season for ourselves. And they asked us, obviously we have to fill the spaces. So
we have a good few spots filled, but there are still a couple of spots. Now, people have wrote into us, right, since we first said we were going to do this. And people said that they were interested. Now, do you think I can find the emails and messages?
No.
No. So what I'm asking is, if you are interested, you've either already wrote in or you're just hearing this for the first time and you're interested, touch base with us. It's not a bad deal. Can we talk about price?
Yeah. Because that's where we'll pay deposit.
Yeah, so there's a positive 500 up front and then the remainder of it 2 weeks or something before we travel. It's 1,400. That is your 3 nights accommodation. It's not breakfast.
That's breakfast every morning.
Breakfast every morning. And your driven boar shoot. The driven boar shoot is 25 boar for the group. And then any boar over that is €45.
45 euro.
45 euro, I think, a boar prepares after that.
So if there's 26 shot, it means that's 45 euros
for
everybody.
Yes.
That's the way it works out.
Yeah.
So that's what Paul said. Oh, just I hope we don't shoot too many. I said, there'd be no fear.
Yeah. Now, right, in saying that, Yana sent me a picture of last year's boar shoot.
93 shot or something.
Now,
I think that was over 2 days though.
Was it?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. Because if we shoot 92, I'll just be gone.
No.
I'll be packing my bags and sitting in the airport.
Yeah, there will not be the slightest fear of us shooting 93, buddy. And then there is the opportunity. Obviously, there is still, I think Fallow are still open.
Fallow Book is still open. Yeah.
They do female cull, and you can do wild boar, stalked or icy. So that's that people can
do that for the next 2 days.
Yeah.
Either early or late.
So what I want to do is, with Giannis, we'll sit down and get the prices off him that those animals cost on the other side of that for people who want to just experience the other side of it if they want,
Yeah, because if you're chasing a really nice fallow, Hungary has some really nice fallows. So
yeah, so that's obviously a possibility. So that's what we're doing, and I think it's as you said, it's 1,400 quid.
1,400.
Yeah, or the 500 deposit. The 500 deposit obviously is to eliminate people saying they're coming and then dropping out, and then the rest of the group having to pick up the tab. And it probably emanates from we've put people in touch with Giannis and other people, and they've booked hunts and then not followed through on them, and that just creates issues for us and Giannis, and obviously he's to pay up front over there to book into date.
Yeah.
So this is what people don't. The place where we're hunting, right? We are extremely lucky, man.
It's a casa.
Yeah, and this is like we booked our hunt for September last year. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And you've seen we had to go to nearly the last day of the season just to get the boar hunt because they book out really quickly, and then you don't have accommodation, you don't have flights, or you don't have guides and or numbers. So it's scientific over there. They don't just shoot everything. You know what I'm saying? You have numbers, seasons, and so yeah, that's I suppose part of the.
We are very lucky, and the price is very competitive compared to other countries and other places that put on wild boar shoots. And I'll argue that we will get more wild boar on this shoot than a lot of other shoots of the same price.
It goes back to what we're saying about on the previous podcast, buddy, right? So we're blessed to know the people that we know, right?
Yeah.
And I've seen, like for instance, I've heard of other shoots, driven boar shoots for 12 or 1300, right? But I also have heard from people who went over there and didn't see one boar. Do you know what I mean?
Yes.
Now, obviously, you can get a bad stand, and that's hunting.
Great.
I'd be surprised if somebody on a stand doesn't see a boar. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then Yanis has said then there's the opportunity to go out that night if somebody's unlucky and doesn't get to see a boar. Do you know what I mean? So they want you to shoot boar.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
their reputation, and they take their reputation really, really seriously. And that's what we like about them.
Yeah.
Similar to the boys in the UK.
Yeah. So that's just a little side note. If anyone is interested, give us a shout. Now, lads, if you are interested, I'll get on fairly lively and give us a shout because the spaces are getting tight now.
Fairly tight, fairly quick.
Yes. On top of that, we should be wrapping up the raffle for the UK.
That'll be done next week.
Yes. And I will put out the list, which are numbers, and the lotto, whichever lotto we're picking. The bonus
That's
lotto.
sold out pretty quick. 3 weeks, man.
3 weeks, yeah. Yeah, but it just goes to show, it's a testament to the reviews coming back from the lads. Over in the
absolutely.
UK. So,
Yeah, that's all on them.
yeah, I was on to Paul Callan and I said, Paul, if you want to do a raffle, and he's all booked up, but he said, yeah, I'll do something which is like a collaboration. So
Even something like, you know, maybe something like a day in the pheasants or whatever. I just think it's to get to hunt on an island, man. I know we're hunting on an island, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But like
Smaller
do you know what I mean? And to experience land bay, I'd love for other people to experience it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'd love for other people to experience it.
we will have guests on shortly. We're brutal.
I
But we
know.
will have guests
No,
on
we will.
shortly.
We will.
Just to get a bit of diversity and different people.
Yeah, so you're probably sick to your ears listening to us.
Yeah, well, tough.
I think
Is it that time?
time for chicken wings and
Chicken wings and a pint.
Yeah.
We're sitting outside the pub here.
right.
All the best, lads.
Over and out, guys.
Over and out.